Now at 5, an entertainment group announces plans to build a $2 billion amusement park in northeast Oklahoma. Plus, a grassroots effort in Pittsburgh tries to address a lack of resources for people experiencing homelessness. And the Texas Department of Public Safety is investigating allegations of inhumane treatment of migrants crossing the Rio Grande.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A massive new theme park is coming to northeast Oklahoma. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. The developers and state officials made the announcement at a news conference today. The developer is American Heartland, an affiliate of Mansion Entertainment Group founded by Gene Bicknell. The more than $2 billion resort destination will be in Craig County, just west of Grand Lake on Route 66. Developers say the American Heartland theme park and resort will be a 1,000-acre development with a 125-acre theme park. They say it'll feature an Americana-themed environment with a variety of rides, live shows, waterways, and restaurants. They also plan a 300-room hotel and indoor water park, and they expect it to create more than 4,000 jobs. Bicknell, who is well known for developments and donations in southeast Kansas, says this new Oklahoma project will provide family entertainment for generations.
This is going to last, I'd say, a minimum of 50 years, and I really believe it's going to be longer than that. I can't hardly wait for that 50 years to pass, but we'll see what transpires. My biggest suggestion is that the people of opportunity know what our intentions and why we're here.
Today's news conference featured a scale model of the attraction. You're seeing it. The development will be built in phases, starting with a large-scale RV park with cabins scheduled to open phase 1 in spring of 2025. The theme park and resort are scheduled to open in 2026. You'll find much more about the plan at KOAMnewsnow.com. A meeting is scheduled for tomorrow to discuss the homeless situation in Pittsburgh. The goal is to educate the community and help residents understand what can be done to support local homeless people. Social workers, Pittsburgh City Manager, and other officials are scheduled to attend that discussion. Wesley House in Pittsburgh estimates there are more than 130 homeless people in Crawford County. The organization says it takes around 100 days for a homeless person to be housed.
A lot of people don't realize or understand there's no night shelter. So where do they go? So they're on the track. They've got jobs. They've been at their jobs a couple weeks now, and where they're sleeping. They're sleeping outside.
Any of our other goals in health or employment, corrections is not going to be successful without having a consistent and safe night's place to sleep and store your items, take your medications as prescribed.
That meeting is open to business and property owners. It'll be tomorrow at 5 p.m. You can find more information about it on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist now, Doug Heddy, for our first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be another hot one for us today. Temperatures again, mid to upper 90s to near 100 degrees, but we've had a lot of clouds kind of in and out throughout the day and a few scattered little showers kind of rotating through our northern counties. Most of us are going to stay dry throughout the evening hours, but as thunderstorms build out to our west and head toward us, we actually have a pretty good chance to get scattered thunderstorms late tonight, mainly after 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Look at our temps. 95 Carthage, 91 in Grove, Veneta 95, Chanute is sitting at about 95 degrees. Then you factor in the humidity. It feels near 100, if not a little bit above. And as we go through the evening, we'll slide back through the 90s into the 80s, but then those thunderstorm chances increase late tonight. We're going to talk more about that here in just a bit.
See you soon. 2 IRS whistleblowers testified before the House Oversight Committee this afternoon about the Justice Department's investigation into Hunter Biden. The IRS employees claimed there was a pattern of slow walking the investigation in the months before the 2020 presidential election. Republicans on the committee launched the inquiry last month, days after it was announced that the president's son will plead guilty to misdemeanor tax offenses as part of a plea deal. There's a new controversy over the way migrants are treated at our southern border. The Texas Department of Public Safety has opened an internal investigation into allegations of, quote, inhumane treatment. This comes as U.S. Customs and Border Protection says crossings are down sharply across the border, including the Rio Grande. Reporter Manuel Bayorkas has been looking into those allegations.
There was outrage when Texas installed these large floating buoys along parts of the Rio Grande earlier this month to prevent border crossings. But critics say migrants could get stuck beneath and drown. And they say barbed wire placed along the river has led to injuries among migrants.
One of the goals is to slow down and deter as many of them as possible.
The barriers are part of Republican Governor Greg Abbott's state border security initiative, Operation Lone Star.
The context is very simple. Washington, D.C. has failed to do its job to secure our border.
But detailed concerns about the operation's tactics are now coming from within the Texas Department of Public Safety, which is partially tasked with carrying out the plan. In an internal email dated July 3rd, a state trooper wrote, "I believe we have stepped over a line into the inhumane," listing examples. "We were given orders to push the people back into the water to go to Mexico." He said they refused the orders, adding there was the very real potential of exhausted people drowning. He also relayed a disturbing story of a 19-year-old pregnant woman he found stuck in razor wire along the border. She was having a miscarriage.
My first impression was that it's just barbaric.
Democratic Congressman Joaquin Castro is urging federal officials to intervene.
Anybody who pushes people back into the water and causes their drowning should be charged with murder.
Governor Abbott said his operation has issued no orders that would compromise migrants. Still, the Texas Department of Public Safety says its Office of Inspector General is investigating the troopers' allegations, but stressed there is no policy instructing troopers to withhold water from migrants or push them back into the river. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News.
Still ahead, economists becoming more positive.
Fears of a recession seem to be fading, but we're not out of the woods yet. I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger with a look at what economists are now predicting.
And next in Health Watch, how a growing number of dentists are changing their offices to create a more relaxing experience. Topping today's Health Watch, a new study finds people with bipolar disorder are 6 times more likely to die from accidents, violence, or suicide. Research published in BMJ Mental Health shows alcohol is a major contributing factor. Doctors say programs designed to prevent substance abuse could likely reduce the number of lives lost from external causes. A visit to the dentist is rarely pleasant, but now a lot of dentists are trying to create a spa-like experience, adding services to make your visit as enjoyable as possible. Dr. Malika Marshall visited one.
Hi, Kelly.
Since she was a child, Kelly Harris has dreaded going to the dentist.
I've had Novocaine needles break in my mouth, dentists that didn't have a lot of compassion.
But now Kelly says she looks forward to her dental appointments, drills and all, thanks to a new approach at what are more like dental spas.
Unfortunately, there is a lot of fear around the dentist, and we really wanted to reframe that, change the mindset.
Patients at Elite Dental Studio are greeted in a modern lounge with soothing music and a drink bar where they can enjoy a cappuccino before their appointment. Once in the exam room, patients can choose from a variety of creature comforts for free.
If you want noise-canceling headphones, maybe you don't like the sounds, or maybe you want a weighted blanket just to help combat that anxiety, or you want to watch Netflix, whatever it is that puts you at ease.
All of these comfort add-ons are available and complimentary to patients whether they have dental insurance or not. Plus, every new patient gets one complimentary 30-minute facial. And Dr. Perry says the mouth is very important, but
it doesn't just end at the teeth, the face is part of that. We offer aesthetic services. We are offering Botox and fillers as well as, cosmetic treatments.
For an additional fee. Today, Kelly chose the complimentary weighted blanket and eye massager.
And I'll put some headphones on you as well.
Okay. To know that you can come and feel happy going to the dentist when before it was just a state of panic, so I'm grateful.
And her teeth have never been healthier. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Westboro, Massachusetts.
They say it's important to change the mindset of grown-ups around dental care so they don't pass their anxiety on to their kids. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we got a fun fact about crows.
Plus, thunderstorms back in the forecast, also cooling down. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be another hot one outside for us today. Not quite as bad as yesterday, but pretty close. Upper 90s to near 100 degrees. The clouds helped us out just a little bit. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just southwest of Seneca, Missouri. You can see those clouds across the region, which we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures right now 93 in Nevada, 92 in Neosho, 95 in Veneta. Chanute is sitting at 95 degrees. Let's go to 7th and Rangeline. 95 feels like 99. Visibility pretty good. We got westerly winds at about 10 to 15. But look at those heat indices, upper 90s to 100 to about 105. Once you get out toward Neodesha, through the evening hours, we slide back through the 90s, 80s, eventually into the mid 70s later on tonight. But you can see the clouds kind of spread out across the region. A few random showers in our far northern counties. Most of us are dry, a couple little sprinkles in our southern counties. This little batch up across the northern counties will kind of clip our northern counties throughout the evening hours, but we're really waiting to see kind of what develops way out west, because that's going to give us chances for showers and thunderstorms late tonight and then into the morning hours tomorrow. High pressure in charge. This is why we have the heat. Waves kind of moving over the area of high pressure, and as that breaks down a little bit over the next couple days, our temperatures are going to cool down a bit. All right, let's go through time. After midnight, here's 1:30 in the morning. Some scattered thunderstorms starting to pop up in our northwestern counties. A little batch kind of drives across the region, mainly after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But some of these storms could be fairly strong, most likely not severe, but a little bit on the strong side. Here's 5 a.m., scattered thunderstorms into the morning, 7, 7:38, and then most of these guys will be out of here by mid-morning. Here's the noon hour. Temperatures into the mid-80s. Could get an isolated shower in the afternoon, but still hot tomorrow, but better than what we have seen. 78 to start, 87 by noon, 91 by 5 p.m. We switch to a northerly wind at about 5 to 10 as a front kind of sinks through and hangs out in our southern counties. As we go through tomorrow night, we watch again another batch trying to drive in late tomorrow night, a little bit more widespread. Scattered showers and thunderstorms into Friday morning. Here's 6:30 in the morning. Then once we get into Friday afternoon, once we get rid of these clouds, it turns out to be a really nice day. High temps only into lower 80s, so we actually cool down quite a bit over the next few days. All right, rainfall amounts next 2 nights. So we're stopping on Friday morning. A lot of us could pick up 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. Northern counties, not as much. It looks like it's going to go right through the heart of the 4 state areas where those heavier rainfall amounts will be. All right, our high pressure kind of breaks down next couple days, moves back toward the west, so we get in a northwesterly flow. That will cool us down just a bit as we head into the weekend, which is nice. All right, 93 tomorrow, 82 on Friday, which sounds pretty good. Back to 90 on Saturday, but still not bad. Sunday 95, and then here comes the triple-digit heat all next week. So make sure you enjoy Friday and Saturday when the humidity is going to be lower and temperature is quite a bit cooler.
Yeah, high of 82 sounds really nice when you're
really
staring
does.
102 in the face.
I agree.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, the FTC announces a new effort to crack down on scam robocalls. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the Federal Trade Commission announced a new effort called Operation Stop Scam Calls to crack down on illegal telemarketing. The initiative goes after people who provide telephone numbers to robocallers. Authorities say these so-called lead generators have sold more than 700 million phone numbers, often lying about the owners having consented to receive telemarketing calls. The effort also targets companies that provide voice-over internet protocol services. The Biden administration is taking measures that could impact the pace or volume of corporate consolidation. The Justice Department and FTC released draft updates to the nation's merger guidelines. The move could lead to major shifts in how the government identifies and tries to block or alter deals it believes are anti-competitive. For example, a stronger focus on labor markets could sharpen scrutiny of acquisitions officials think could have harmful effects on worker pay, benefits, or even schedules. Recent reports show inflation is improving and employers are still hiring. Does that mean we can stop talking about a potential recession? Well, according to CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger, the answer is maybe.
Despite predictions of a recession, so far the economy has avoided it. Inflation is down from 9.1% last year to just 3% last month. The gross domestic product expanded at an annualized pace of 2% in the first quarter. And while there have been job losses in sectors like tech, banking, and media, the job market has seen 30 consecutive months of growth, and the unemployment rate remains near all-time lows. With prices down and stability in the labor market, people are feeling better about the economy. The University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index rose in July to over 72, a big jump from last month and the best reading in almost 2 years. So, are we out of the woods? Economists now believe a recession is less likely, but still possible. If there is a recession, many experts envision a soft landing, which would mean that the economy is able to avoid a contraction and widespread job losses. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Our pet vet on call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, details of an auction selling iconic Disney memorabilia. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on the concerns of some Pittsburgh residents about a lack of resources for people experiencing homelessness. Plus, how a new Missouri bill could give seniors a break on property taxes, and several Crowder College baseball standouts are committing to play at bigger universities. We're going to break it down for you in sports. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. You and I don't speak exactly the same way as those who've grown up in other parts of our nation, but does that apply to animals? Today's Pet Vet on Call is a fun fact for us about crows.
It's hard to imagine that crows, with their obnoxious caw, they are actually considered songbirds. But they do have a variety of really sweet peeps and whistles and things that are quite pleasant. And now we know that crows actually speak in dialects. Different populations of crows speak in different tones and dialects just like people do. And I wonder if, now this is kind of silly, but I wonder if like a southern crow caws in a twang, or if like British crows caw with an accent. I don't know.
I guess you'd have to be a crow to know. We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. No crows, but from the Joplin Humane Society, we do have a husky mixed puppy, a male, named Drake. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, this young, wide-eyed female cat. She's domestic short hair. Her name is Cicada. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Some cute ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does your dogs have regional accents, do you think?
Well, they're French. They're French bulldogs.
Oh.
So that's why they're probably a little snooty.
Maybe. They say le bark.
Yeah.
The weather.
All right. For us tonight, some scattered thunderstorms late tonight into the morning hours, and then still hot tomorrow, but better. And then another round of thunderstorms tomorrow night. But look at our high on Friday. High temp only 82.
Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.